Welcome to Wirraway Island, home to rolling hillsides, stunning coastlines, and the constant threat of being kamikazed by poorly controlled model aircraft. That's right everyone, today we're going to be playing the successor to Balsa Model Flight Simulator, Kitbash Model Club, created by the guy who made some game about space frogs and rockets. I don't know, never heard of it. Balsa Model Flight Simulator was a game where you conduct flights with model planes made of balsa. So what's new in Kitbash Model Club? Well, now you can conduct flights with models made of balsa. But now you can also control RC cars, boats, and gunboats. Don't know. The team behind Kitbash have hooked me up with an early access copy of the game to showcase to all of you. So let's hop on a plane to Australia, maybe?
Hey.
Now, as someone with tons of playtime in Balsa Model Flight Sim, I'm feeling pretty confident that I'll be an expert at this game. Let's begin. I decided to start out by playing the tutorial. Here is our aircraft here. Let's perform our maiden flight. We'll pick up the plane, set the power to max, and launch. Yeah, it was clear that this plane was never going to fly well. The wings are far too far forward. So I took it to the workshop to modify. This is where you can really start to see the Kerbals space program heritage show. Anyone who's played KSP should be very familiar with this sort of build menu. I removed the nose cone, added a little cockpit, put the nose cone back, and hopefully that should give us a much more balanced aircraft. And so with that, it was time for launch number 2. And after establishing the basics of maintaining stability in flight, it was time to add some control surfaces to the aircraft so we can do a bit more than just watch it plop off into the distance. And this should be very trivial to anyone who's played Kerbals space program, it's basically the same thing. So with the control surfaces added, it was time for launch number 3, and as you can see, we are really cooking with balsa wood glue right now. That was gross. But we have control. We can pitch up and down. We've not got an engine yet, but we now have control of our plane. And with that magnificent achievement, I had completed the tutorial. So it was time to launch into my very own campaign. Let's do this. I really wanted to check out the other kinds of vehicles that Kitbash has on offer, because I'm guessing you guys have kind of seen balsa gameplay of aircraft already. So I thought, let's go and try out some cars. I dived in with the great ambition of designing my very own car, although I quickly realised I have basically no parts available to me, so building my own was unfortunately out of the question. So let's go and see what we can buy. So there is one vehicle that we can purchase, so I guess this decision has been made for us. So I decided to begin my budding campaign of being a true radio controlist by driving my newly acquired car along the boardwalk.
Bruh.
So yeah, sadly I clipped a traffic cone and that pretty much put an end to that run, but luckily I got far enough to get a passing grade. Sadly my winnings went towards fixing the car again, but with the car back in tip-top shape, I decided to try out another driving challenge. I spoke to Manjo over here and saw he had an off-road challenge, and I thought, you know what, my car's probably up to the task.
Okay.
So yeah, I somehow managed to pass that mission, so I thought let's go and try out some other career mode missions. But I just kept on having a lot of difficulties, like I tried doing the touch and go mission with this aircraft that I was eventually able to afford, and it wasn't working, so eventually I sent a message to the Kitbash team asking what I was doing wrong, to which they said, oh, career mode is still a work in progress and it's not finished yet, so you were only supposed to be playing sandbox mode in your video. Oops! And to be honest, this came at pretty good timing anyway, because as I was flying around my aircraft, I couldn't help but start to wonder about all that footage I saw in the trailer, and I thought, you know what? I want a gun. So I closed career mode for the time being and headed off into sandbox mode. Now what I saw of career mode was very promising. I can't wait for it to be finished so that I can actually enjoy it like it was supposed to be enjoyed. Sorry everyone. Anyway, it was around this time when I had another message from the Kitbash team asking if I wanted to play with Harvester, the lead developer of Kitbash Model Club and also the guy that created Kerbals space program. And I was like, Yes. And then I foolishly decided to challenge him to a fight to the death in multiplayer, which meant I had to assemble some sort of combat aircraft in order to beat him. Now, I don't have that much experience in Kitbash Model Club, as you just saw, but I have got experience in Kerbal Space Program, so I thought, how hard could it be to design a fighter aircraft? Here is a time-lapse of me assembling the very first iteration of my epic flying fighter. And this is genuinely the very first attempt I made to build an aircraft in Kitbash Model Club. And the last time I played Balsa was a long time ago. I don't really remember how to use the build-up, basically. I'm basically relying on my Kerbal Space Program muscle memory to get through. But you know what? I think it came out okay. I didn't really know what I was doing, and if I do, I was doing a good job, but I just sort of used my basic understanding of aerodynamics and also knowledge acquired in Kerbal Space Program, and I hoped for the best. And I think you'll agree, it's definitely looking like a plane, right? It looks like it should theoretically work. And you can see the wing system is very similar to Kerbal Space Program 2's, where you can customize the sweep, length, span, etc. But I think it's actually a little bit more intuitive in Kitbash, because you're not using sliders, you're literally dragging the wings themselves. Does that make sense? You can probably see what I mean in the footage. So anyway, with the completion of the aircraft frame, we're going to move on to constructing its innards. That's right, we've got to think about things like the engine, drivetrain, linkages, batteries, fuel tanks, ammunition cases, all that good stuff in Kitbash. So I decided to just pick the biggest engine I had available. I figured that would be enough. I then slapped in the biggest fuel tank I could find as well, followed by a moderately sized battery. I connected the propeller to the engine itself, and then it was time for the important things. The guns. Stuck one on each side, and then I put some ammunition crates in the back of the plane's fuselage. I then tidied up my construction using the offset tool to make sure everything was nicely contained within the airframe itself, and then it was time for our maiden flight. I was nervous. My plane was not flying very well, and the multiplayer battle was scheduled to take place in only a couple of hours, so I had to go back to the workshop and make some rapid repairs. And all of these repairs accumulated in a worse design. I spent a very long time tweaking the wing positioning, weight balancing, and of course the all-important paint job. I ended up with the plane that you can see in front of you. Let's see how it flies. As you can see, it handles like an absolute dream. I was really happy with this. I felt like this was a good fighter to take on Harvester. I then realised that I'd spent 2 hours designing a plane and had to suddenly slap together a battle car and a battle boat in the space of about 10 minutes. I put together a boat that looked like it should work and decided to just call it a day there without testing so I could move on to building the car. But at this point I had basically no time at all, so I just loaded the best default car that comes with the game and put a gun on it. So massively upgrading it, and then it was time to meet my rival. Now, the video's pace is going to slow down a little bit. I spent a very long time playing with Harvester, and we talked about a lot of things, from Kitbash, Balsa, and especially Kerbal Space Program 1 and Kerbal Space Program 2. We ended up with an hour and 40 minutes of footage, which is way too long for this video, but I didn't want it to all go to waste, so I've made the entire 1 hour, 40-minute VOD available to my Patreons and YouTube channel members. All tiers can access it, so at minimum, it's only $1 to access if you're interested, but that's the disclaimer over. Enjoy the rest of the video. So, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, yeah. Hello, I'm Felipe, otherwise known as Harvester. I was the creator and original lead developer on KSP, and now working on Kitbash Model Club, which is our new game that's hopefully coming out very soon. I'm very excited to be here.
So what I was thinking is we have a duel, because we got multiplayer,
Yeah.
and the first thing I noticed when I saw the Kitbash Model Club trailer was the fact that you can put guns on things.
Yes.
So I feel like I should showcase my superior piloting skills against the game creator himself.
Okay, yeah. I will show my skills. There we go.
I feel like I'm in a really exclusive club. Hey! Right.
Because the problem is I have a bunch of different installs, so my craft files are all over the place.
Don't start making
I
excuses
will use that
now.
as my default excuse for. I see you've started building.
Are we
this.
both
Oh,
using the
yes.
workbench at the same time?
This should be possible. That is.
Nurse, I found a
yes.
bug. I'll clear out.
Hey, you wounded my plane. You crashed into it, and
Can
somehow
I sabotage? Can I sabotage you?
Holy crap! It looks like it.
I can sabotage your craft. Right, I think we're ready to go. I mean, true KSP. Oh, we're going.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna.
I'm just gonna throw it to get it going.
Yeah, this one isn't, I think, takeoff rated. Oh god, no.
Right,
no.
where are you? Right, here we go. Oh my god, it's so much more difficult than I thought it was gonna be. Oh,
There's a bit of a trick to it.
I crashed. I'm lining up perfectly. Oh. Have you ever actually managed to successfully shoot down a plane in this game?
Oh yeah.
Oh! I've been hit! I'm still going! I'm taking off again. I'm just inspecting. I don't seem to have sustained visible damage. Where can I just kill you? Can I just kill your pilot?
Probably.
Where are you? Oh!
I will say that was a calculated maneuver.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh!
God.
Oh! Oh! I shot you down! That was kind of a hollow win though, because I literally just launched it straight after you. But technically speaking, that's the first time I've seen it on the HUD saying that one of us shot down the other.
So yeah, that is an official kill, yeah.
Come on! Oh!
Now, dogfighting
I've
mode
got like no
on,
fuel left. But I feel like this game does feel slightly more ready for release than another game that we might be
I will
talking
take
about.
that.
I'm landing. Hey, I was landing to refuel. That's a dirty move. Watch this.
Vehicles. I'm just gonna expand everything. One of them is gonna have to run.
Come on.
Run,
Oh well, that was a cell phone. Your plane is like so much better than mine. How many guns do you have? I've only got like 2 little ones.
There's a few. There's a few. Yeah, this is called the Delta Raider XS.
Oh, I've not got any bullets. Hang on.
Who knows?
Just go to a reload.
But I've locked you as the target now, so if you right click, it will padlock.
Wait, how do I lock you as target?
So it's period and comma to switch targets. Because there's just me, it's gonna be.
Oh.
Yeah, so then if you right click.
Oh my god, I nearly crashed. Right. Oh yeah.
There we go.
Oh no! No!
Did they get you?
My tail came off.
Oh, nice.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, it didn't say, did it?
It didn't say. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's because we're not actually in any teams. We're basically spectators. I'm gonna switch teams. I'm gonna go red. So hit escape for the pause menu. There's a team selection button.
Hang on. I'll go blue. Here we go. Even though I've got a red plane.
So now you're marked as an enemy now. Oh yeah, you've got a red plane. I should have thought of it. But we're both doing this on keyboard and mouse. Like it's an achievement to just be able to aim.
Oh, here we go. Oh!
Oh! You shot my gun pod. Okay, I have others. Redundancy in design.
Uh-oh. Just a tactical dive there. Oh!
Oh no, that was the prop. Hey, I was using that.
Thing is, like, your plane is like really well designed. This was genuinely the first ever plane I built. Oh my god, that was a close
I
one.
wouldn't say it's well designed. It's actually, yours is remarkably agile.
Kerbal Heritage. Oh no! I'm
Oh,
still
there
in
we
the
go.
air!
There we go.
Damn. You got me good there. You got me good.
I will take that.
I've got to reload. I feel like the thing is though, if I win this fight, it'd be like, that's cool, I beat the developer. And if I lose this fight, I'm like, it doesn't matter because this guy literally developed the game. So I can't technically lose.
Yeah, my personal philosophy is that anytime the AI shoots me down or beats me in a race, I won because I made the AI, right? So
I'm playing both sides. That way I always come out on top.
yeah, that's just being smart.
Oh!
One thing about having too many guns, you go through ammo very, very fast.
My control surface was
I
taken
think it
out,
was
but
a
I'm
hit.
not out of the game yet. I'm now out of the game. Why don't you take me on a tour of Wirral Island? Is that what it's called? Wirral Island?
Wirraway. It's Wirraway Bay.
Oh, then I'll follow you.
All right then. I'll promise not to shoot at you. Right, so this is the bay. So this is like the central area, or well, the touristy part of Wirraway Bay. It's it's mainly two islands inside a bay. One of them is an old airfield, which is now home to the Model Club, for better or worse.
I would not want to be a tourist on this island.
Yeah, it's a good thing that nobody on this island, if you look at the pedestrians, nobody has any feet. So they've learned already how they've evolved to adapt to living with these remote controlled objects. Where are you? Oh, you've gone all the way down there. Yeah. So that's downtown, or lower downtown. We've got upper downtown as well as lower uptown and upper uptown.
Are there any Easter eggs to be found on Wirraway Bay?
Oh, then they wouldn't be Easter eggs if I told you. So the map is still growing. It's this is the first iteration of it. So it's a mix of procedurally generated and handmade terrain. But the cool thing was that the OpenStreetMap data, we found this mod for city skylines that lets you export your city as OpenStreetMap vectors. So there's actually a city skylines version of the map, which was our original model.
So you designed this in City Skylines? Oh,
Pretty much.
about signal.
Oh yeah, there's a cheat for that if you want. I'm gonna do the cheat. So it's for if you open the chat.
And what's the cheat,
So
sorry?
it's /Faraday. Faraday.
No, let's try that one more time.
You get it?
Yay! There was a space between Faraday and the number.
There
Is there an
we go.
infinite fuel cheat as well?
There is. It's /runs on fumes altogether.
Nice. Oh, my control surface just came
There
on.
we go.
Did you just shoot me? Oh no, it's the blooming things, isn't it?
Oh no, it wasn't me. It's the AA guns. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
see you
this was
later.
a hit.
So, Harvester. You know I can't not ask you what your thoughts on Kerbal Space Program 2 are. As the person who created Kerbal Space Program 1.
It's a weird feeling, I have to say. It's I've been looking at it. It looks pretty. It looks good. I've been following up on the release and how that's been going. And I mean, I know what they're going through. We went through a lot of that back in the day as well. It's hard, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I don't know how to feel about it. Is the truth. It's kind of like I usually say KSP is like having a child, and now that child is grown up and it's moved out of the house, and it's out hanging out with these new people that you don't really know. But I'm still proud of him, I guess.
Because you left KSP 1 development before that game was fully done, didn't you?
I left just as we delivered 1.0
Yeah.
back in 2016, which was when I felt that everything that I wanted to see in the game was there in some degree, and the other guys, they still had ideas that they wanted to see implemented before they could say they were done. But yeah, we like most of the original team we left back then after 1.0.
This is my final KSP
Yeah, I
2
was
question, because I know this is a Kitbash video, so we'll keep it on Kitbash. But I got one more, like, because I think a lot of people are worried about KSP 2 and its future.
Yeah.
Are you worried about KSP 2 and its future? Or do you think that, you know, what you've seen so far is a solid enough foundation, and you think that as they continue to work, it will be the game that it was promised to be?
To be honest, like, I don't know. I've actually haven't heard from any of the developers behind KSP 2 at any point. So I know as much as you do, I think. Or maybe even you know more because you've been looking at it more often. I have no idea, to be honest. Like I would like to see it do well, but yeah, to say that I fully believe that it's all gonna go smooth is guesswork on my part. Like I guess we'll see because yeah, we know how that kind of thing can go.
No, I just like,
know,
it's
to be
nice
honest,
getting your
yeah.
it's nice getting your thoughts. Obviously, not only as a game developer, but as KSP wouldn't exist at all without you.
Wow. Yeah, it's a weird feeling. Especially now that it's completely out of my hands. It's weird to see it became its own thing, right? It's like I may have started it, but KSP it's almost like a living thing at this point. That has its own like it's got its own life cycle. It's very much like I think having a child that left the house and it's now doing his own thing. It's weird and you worry about it, but you can still like yeah, it's strange. It's a very strange thing that I don't know if I fully figured it out yet. I don't know if you've noticed, but in Kitbash we've got full solid physics now. There's no wobbliness.
There's no wobbliness in
because
Kitbash.
we've moved on from the because instead of making every part be its own rigid body like it was in KSP, here we've got a single rigid body for the whole vehicle, but we've got a new internal physics simulation happening to calculate internal stresses. And this is something that I've thought about doing since the early days of KSP, and here we got a chance to actually try it out. It's how, you know, like when, like if I shamelessly aim and shoot at you, and you see stuff break.
Not cool.
We've when you take shots or you get hit by something or you hit something, there's this internal like physics lattice system happening that simulates the stresses. Kind of like the same deal as with KSP, how the parts would do them for themselves. But the nice thing about it being separate and running on its own like reference frame, you could say, is that it's completely turn-offable. So if we turn down the influence of that to 0, you get fully solid physics instead of not being able to turn it down to 0 if you need to. Imagine you with your 1,000-part vehicle meeting up with your friend with their 1,000-part vehicle. It's like that has to perform at least to some degree. So so we're actually able to turn off like this level of physics simulation for vehicles that aren't yours, because they're being simulated on other people's ends, so that's gonna still happen anyway.
Are you a big fan of like model aircraft and things in real life? Like what inspired you to make Balsa and then subsequently Kitbash?
Yeah, very much. It was basically like an after-school class of aerodynamics and like airplane modeling. It was so cool. It was like the coolest thing ever. Like Monday afternoons were the best when I was 11, 12 years old. And we had all these projects, all these like builds of balsa wood models of varying degrees of completion and success. Most of them very much in the not scale of the success spectrum. But it was awesome, and I've always been fascinated. And I was like 11, 12 years old, so I could build like truck gliders, like the ones you throw and see how far they can go, because I was too much an 11-year-old to be able to afford like a radio transmitter and the really cool things, and I was fascinated by it. I would just like go to the model stores and look at those amazing models.
I've heard the story about the original Kerbals, but I mean, for anyone that like doesn't know, do you want to explain like what the original Kerbals before the video game, what they were?
Well, yeah, that was a very dangerous game that we played with real fireworks, and we started making like, it started with these like model rockets that you get for for model rockets, right? Those styrofoam ones. We had a bunch of those that came with shuttle flight that flew once and we lost. But we were left with a bunch of other motors, and one day we decided like, let's try to like do something with them and see if they light. We were having trouble lighting them, so we had the brilliant idea of sticking them in a microwave oven. They lit after that very, very easily. The microwave didn't do as well afterwards, but it worked. And then we started making like we started to build like spacecraft around them and trying to launch them and see if we could get like a rocket made of twigs and cardboard to fly. And it wasn't very long before we started strapping like tinfoil crew members onto them, and then the story came up of it. These guys are the Kerbals, and they want to get to their they want to get to space, and we're making the ship for them. And so that was the game, and that's the idea stuck. I was like 14, 15 back then, and it was something that like I've always wanted to make as a video game, and that was kind of just like, that's how the idea spawned. And and for Kitbash, I guess like it just kind of comes from the same place, like that same like need to tinker and make stuff out of what my wife would call garbage. Yeah.
I feel like it's time for our second battle.
Oh yes, I've been just flying around, all friendly like.
This is not a friendly fact-finding mission. This is a battle to the death. I'm gonna get my my boat, my gunboat.
Oh yeah, your boat is nice. When you're shooting at me.
My gun is just putting into the air.
Oh, mine is gonna be too. Oh.
I've capsized. No, I haven't. You've just shot my gun off. There's just nothing left. Here we go. We're charging. My boat is not very fast. Oh!
See if it works.
Oh! Oh, I shot your gun off.
Oh no!
I'm out of bullet.
I'm out.
I've not run out of bullets, but my gun is jammed.
No.
Oh no, my gun is gone.
You wounded my stern guns.
I'm just gonna ram you. I've got no gun left.
Using yourself as a weapon is a very valid alternative.
Oh! Did I?
Oh no! The guns are too high. They're firing above you.
Like, I think naval battles are a work in progress. Oh.
They're usually a bit more dignified than this. This is actually the first naval engagement we've had. Oh no! I think I hit your prop. The whole front of the boat is gone.
Oh, yeah, I'm gone as well.
Ah!
I think we both
I
lost.
used myself as a weapon. Yeah, I don't think there were any winners.
There were no winners there. Well then, we've battled in the air. We've battled kind of in the sea. I think you've just copied my car design. You've totally copied my design.
Oh. Alright, so then are we shooting at each other then? Oh yes, yes we are. Oh no! That already... Oh god. Oh, I was using that wheel. Still have two, I can still keep going. Holy crap, this thing actually steers with only two wheels. That's surprisingly maneuverable.
Oh,
Oh no!
I crashed
Taking
into
it
a
apart,
wheel.
like, one piece at a time. Ah, this is my defense strategy. It's the gecko defense. Oh no! Yeah, that's one wheel is quite not enough. It's only a flesh wound.
What? How did you win that? How is my vehicle
no.
the one that's in complete pieces?
Well, mine is also in a million pieces.
I feel like this is developer advantage here.
I see I've just jettisoned a wheel at you.
Well,
God.
we both lost that.
There's the rest of you.
I'm going to modify my car, make it better for battle. There.
I'm gonna do that too. Heavy for lots and lots of ammo, right? I've been designing airplane models for far too long. I always worry that it's gonna be too heavy, and then I realized, oh, it's a car.
Right.
Like that's
The
not really as
Mapmobile-
much of a thing.
The Mapmobile Bark 2 is ready. Can I, like, distract
It's
you?
necessary in any wheeled combat vehicle. Oh no! I'm being sabotaged.
Oh, here we go. Where are you?
All right, there we go.
Let's inspect first. I want to see what you've done. We had the same idea. Oh, your thingy is bigger than mine. How did you do that?
Ah,
Is there a scale thing that you can tweak?
there is actually, yeah.
Ah.
There's little like morphing nodes next to
Oh,
most,
I didn't
a lot of
realize
the
that.
parts.
I didn't realize that applied for this as well. Yeah, you can't see me.
I have a bigger problem. I put my guns on this little turret tower thing. Now they're pointing above you. And all of the shots just go right above your head.
Oh. Oh no! Well,
Oh god.
we both lost that one.
Wow, that was... should be fine.
Come on! Die!
Oh no! I still got my front... I still have one wheel. I can keep going.
I've run out of bullets! Okay, hang on. I've got to try and hit you so I don't
Come on, I can
disintegrate.
still fight you.
Yes!
Oh no!
That's definitely a win. I'm in one piece.
That is a kill.
This is a really good idea. This is either going to work brilliantly or not at all. Yes! Look at mine. Don't shoot me yet. I want to show you.
Oh! Oh, I see what... Oh, no. I'm not prepared for this. Now my guns are shooting at the floor. No, I didn't need any of those. I'm escaping!
I'm going to hit you with my spinning discs. Oh. Well, the propellers on the front were a nice idea. I'm going to remove my propellers. It was a lovely thought.
Okay, I'm gonna change strategies. I feel confident now.
What is that?
This is my new strategy. Oh
Oh,
no!
hubris! Yes, when this game's out, you can have like full-scale wars, can you? You have like ground units.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I can just see like this thing in the distance. And it's already down!
I would like to say that this doesn't mirror my experience in any combat game, but sadly it does. That's very much on par for me.
Go on, I'll give you one more chance. I won't shoot you. I wish I could see this card.
Witness me! There we go. I feel like I'm making some progress.
My strut was crushed. You shot off my front spike. What is that thing that you built?
Oh no.
Well, there we are.
So I guess that counts as like that's a realistic combat experience based on usually how my combat experiences go.
I feel like without wanting
Like,
to
if I've
brag,
lost,
I
it means that it's
absolutely
working
won the car combat. But yeah, I mean, like, what would do you want to give some like final sort of closing thoughts into Kitbash to people watching this video?
Yeah.
Don't worry about making it like super
Sure.
succinct.
Okay, so I will grant you've won. And yeah, this is our very much still in development Kitbash Model Club. We're shooting for sometime this year. That's about as accurate as I can be. It's coming along. We're entering the playtesting phase. Now we're doing a sign-up playtest. My luck with these things is that the worst bugs will happen when people are watching you play. But I'm actually happy.
I don't think we had any bugs really.
Right? Yeah, I think everything went
Yeah,
pretty smooth, which is
Glitched,
excellent.
nothing wobbled. Wobbly rockets. Love them.
Yeah.